Hello, my dear children. Good morning to everyone. I hope all of you are fine and ready for the class. And I also hope you have opened your textbook and ready with pen and paper. Are you ready, guys? Okay. Let's start or let's continue the yesterday's lesson. Yesterday it was incompleted, Okay, let us finish it. Today, the second lesson. 3 questions. My dear children, I hope you have understood the yesterday's lesson very well. Today, now, I want to test you how you have understood the yesterday's lesson. Are you ready to answer my questions, my dear children? Okay, let's have questions regarding the yesterday's part of lesson. Okay, I will ask you questions. Those who know the answer, just you have to raise up your hands, and when I ask someone, they had to answer only. She or he has to answer only. Okay, don't make a noise. The first question. Are you ready? Okay. Who is the writer of the story? The 3 questions. Yes, so many of you raise your hands. Okay. Okay, what is the answer? Yes. Yesterday what we discussed? Count Leo Tolstoy. Count Leo Tolstoy. So he is the author of the story. Which is the story? The 3 questions. Next questions, very simple. What thought, the king had a thought, yesterday we discussed. What thought came to the king? Right? What was the thought? Rajanige banda alochane yenagadre? Yes, so many of you know the answers. Okay. Yes. What thought came to mind? Yes. Yes. The thought came to the king that, right? So answer the questions always in a full sentence as according to the framing of question. Right? What thought came to the king? The thought came to the king that. In this way you have to answer. Okay, what is your name? My name is. So while answering like this in a full sentence. Right? So the thought came to the king that. You have to start like this, my dear children. Okay, in the next questioning time, right? That he would never fail. That is what we need, right? The thought came to king that he would never fail. He would never fail. He would never fail if he knew. If he knew what? Yes, 3 things. If he 3 things here refers to answers for 3 questions, right? If he knew 3 things. What were the things referred here? The questions, what the king wants answers. Okay. This is the thought which came to the king's mind. He would never fail. Who would never fail? The king would never fail if he knew 3 things. No present tense, knew past tense. Got it, my children? Right? He would never fail. Raja yavattu fail agodilla if he knew 3 things. ಈ 3 ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಎಂದೂ ಫೇಲ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಆಡಳಿತದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದು ರಾಜನ ತಲೆಗೆ ಬಂದ ವಿಚಾರ. This was a thought which came to the king's mind. Okay, now, so yesterday I already told and I have also written the 3 questions on the blackboard. Okay, now it's the time to recap. Right? The question is like this. Which are the 3 questions for which the king wanted to have answers? Okay, which are the 3 questions? Which are the 3 questions? Right? The king wanted to know or wanted to have answers. The king needed answers. Which are those three questions? Shall I write here? This is the most important part of this lesson. So once again I am writing here, right? The first question. Will you say? Yes. Yes. What is the right time? What is the right time to begin something? To begin something. What is the right time to begin something? Anybody will tell second question? Yes. What is the question? Who should a king, yes, listen to? Who should a king listen to? This is the right time to begin something. Who should a king listen to? The third one and the most important question was the most important thing for a king to do. Yes, my dear children, am I right? The most important thing, I have written it short, the most important thing for a king to do. For a king to do. This is the most important part of this lesson. These are the questions what the king needed answers. These are the things which the king came to know. These things he thought he would never fail in his administration. Right? Okay. Let's have another question. Who did the king? Okay, so many replies came from so many messengers across the kingdom. Different types of replies for regarding all the questions. The king was not satisfied. Instead, he was dissatisfied with the replies. Who did the king decide to seek advice from? Then, after that, when he was disappointed, when he was confused, after that he decided one thing, my dear children, right? What did he decide? Who did the king decide to seek advice? To get advice from? ಯಾರಿಂದ ರೈಟ್ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರಬೇಕು, ಇದನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ತನ್ನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಯಾರಿಂದ ಉತ್ತರವನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. Who did you want to meet? Right? Direct question. Who did the king decide to seek advice from? Yes. What is hermit? Here is the third question I have written here, and this is the fourth one. We need hermit. Hermit means, as we told, who lived a simple life, right? And alone. Saint, sannyasi, we may say. So the king decided to go to hermit and get answer for his questions. So not only hermit, according to the king, who known for his wisdom, right? Gnani, we may call him as Gnani, right? Known for his wisdom. ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತಿಕೆಗೆ ಹೆಸರುವಾಸಿಯಾದವನು ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾನೋ ಅವನ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರಬೇಕು. He did not want to meet an ordinary hermit. He wants such a hermit that who known for his wisdom. Okay, let's have a last question regarding to the yesterday's lesson. Are you ready, guys? How did the king go to meet the hermit? This is very important, right? He decided to meet the hermit. Then he did not want to go in the dress of a king, right? Yes. Then how did the king go to meet the hermit? Yes. Correct. Very good, my dear children. So all of you know it very well. Now, let's have in sentence form, right? The king, what did the king first do? He removed his king's dress, right? Rajan udugeyanella tegda. What did he wear? He put on. It's a praise verb. Look at here. He put on. It's a praise. There is a question will be asked. ಯೂಸ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಥರದ್ದು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು. ಸ್ವಂತ ವಾಕ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿ ಈ ಕೆಳಗಿನ ನುಡಿಗಟ್ಟನ್ನು ಸ್ವಂತ ವಾಕ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿ. ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ ಇನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರೇಸಸ್. ಯೂಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಓನ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ದ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್, ರೈಟ್? ಪುಟ್ ಆನ್. I put on new dress. I put on new dress. Okay, the king put on ordinary clothes. By removing king's dress, he put on ordinary clothes and went to meet the hermit. Did he go with his horse? Did he go with his bodyguard? Yes. No. He left his horse. First of all, he changed his dress, put on ordinary clothes. Yes. Then, what did he do after that? Put on ordinary clothes. He left his horse with his bodyguard. ತನ್ನ ಅಂಗರಕ್ಷಕನ ಹತ್ರನೇ ಕುದುರೆನು ಅವನು. He left both his bodyguard and his horse. He went alone. ಒಂಟಿಯಾಗಿ. He went alone to where? To meet the hermit. Right? So yesterday we discussed up to here. Let's continue the lesson today and finish it. Are you ready, guys? Okay. So now the king has come to visit the hermit to know answers for his 3 questions. So when the king had dug 2 beds, he stopped and repeated his questions. The hermit gave no answers. Okay, are you guys deliver tane agiddu? Yesterday we discussed up to here. Yes. Okay, let's continue. 1 hour passed, then another. The sun went down behind the trees, and at last the king stuck the spade into the ground and said, "I came to you, wise man, to get answer to my questions. If you can give no answer, tell me so and I will return home." Look at that. Let's discuss. 1 hour passed, then another. After digging 2 beds, he repeated his questions. The hermit gave no answer. The king continued his work, digging the beds. 1 hour passed, then another. ನಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ 1 ಗಂಟೆ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಯಿತು ಸಮಯ. The sun went down behind the trees. What is process we call, my dear children? Yes, sun is setting. Slowly the sun setting. Right? Go behind the trees. Right? Maryatta uttane surya. Right? And last the king struck the spade into the ground. I hope you know the meaning of the spade. Digging tool. Agivanta sadhana. Maybe called as gudli, salke, right? Spade into the ground and said, "I came to you, wise man." He stopped his work. The king stopped his work and put the spade on the ground. Nalli side ge ittane salke ittu said, "I came to you, wise man." I here refers to, yes, king. I came to you, wise man. O ಜ್ಞಾನಿಯೇ, ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನ ಬಳಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. I came to you to get answer to my questions. The king is telling these words. I came to you to get answers for my questions. If you can give no answer, hello, O hermit, if you can give no answer, tell me so, and I will return home. If you are not ready to give answers, tell me. If you are not ready, I will return home. Like this, the king asked, "ನೀವು ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದಾದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ವಾಪಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೇನೆ." At the same time, one incident happened. See here. I will read the whole passage first. Here comes someone running, said the hermit. The king turned round. The king turned round and saw a bearded man. Bearded man. Beard means gadda, right? Bearded man. Gaddadari Manushya. Bearded man running towards them. Them. Avara kadege. Avara andre yaರಲ್ಲಿ? The king and the hermit. They refers to the king and the hermit. Running towards them. His hands were pressed. Look at here. The man who was bearded man was coming towards them, the king and the hermit. His hands, where was his hands? That bearded man putting his hands pressed against his stomach, right? Both his hands were pressed his stomach, against his stomach, from which blood was flowing. When he reached the king, he fainted and fell to the ground. The king and the hermit removed the man's clothing and found a large wound in his stomach. The king washed and covered it with his handkerchief, but the blood would not stop flowing. The king redressed the wound until at last the bleeding stopped. Okay, this was the incident happened while they were talking. Suddenly, when the king is asking the hermit like this, please answer my question whether I will return. At the same time, here comes someone running, said the hermit. Look at there, king, someone is running towards us, said the hermit. Illi yaru odu barta idare nam kade nodu. The king turned round. The king also turned to see who is coming towards us. And a song. The king saw, was that person? A bearded man running towards them. What did the king see? The king saw a bearded man, Gaddadari Manushyanobba, a bearded man running towards them, coming towards them. He was running. He was running towards. Oh, he was running. Look at there. His hands. Whose hands? Yes, bearded man. The man who was running towards these people. His hands were pressed. His hands were pressed. Right? Pressed. Where? Against his stomach. Tanu ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಯನ್ನ ಹೊತ್ತುಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. He pressed his stomach. Do you know why? Yes. I hope you came to know. Pressed his hands from which blood was flowing. This was the thing happened to that bearded man. Right? The man has maybe a wound in his stomach. The blood was flowing. So he pressed his hands against his stomach and he was running towards this person. Do you know, children, why the bearded man was coming towards these people? Yes, he needed help. He was in need of help because he had a wound, you know. The blood was flowing. Now he need help. So that is why he was coming towards these people. When he reached the king, so that person, the bearded man, when he reached the king, Rajanatra bartidda hagene, he fainted. He became unconscious. He lost his consciousness. Pragne tappi bidodu antaralla atra. He fainted and fell to the ground. Right? Nel mele malkondu. Unconscious. He fell to the nel mele bidbitta. He fell to the ground. Suddenly, the king and the hermit, both of them, the king and the hermit, removed the man's clothing. Look at here. This is a process of nursing the wounded man. Right? How they treated. The question may be asked, how did the hermit and the king treat the bearded man or wounded man? ಗಾಯಗೊಂಡ ಮನುಷ್ಯನನ್ನ ರಾಜ ಮತ್ತು ಆ ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿ ಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಉಪಚರಿಸಿದರು? How they treated the wounded person? The answer is in this passage, right? The king and the hermit removed the man's clothing. First, what did they do? They removed the man's clothing. ಅವನ ಬಟ್ಟೆಗಳನ್ನು ಬಿಚ್ಚುತ್ತಾರೆ. And found a large wound in his stomach. Large means a deep wound. ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗಾಯ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ. Large wound where? In his stomach. ಯಾರು ಚುಚ್ಚಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. Somebody has made a wound on his stomach. The king washed. Why? The blood was flowing, you know. The king washed and covered it with his handkerchief. The king had a handkerchief. With the help of that one, he tried to stop the blood. He covered it with his handkerchief. Though the blood would not stop. The king washed and with the help of his handkerchief, he tried to stop the blood. Right? Handkerchief, he covered it with his handkerchief, but the blood would not stop flowing. ರಕ್ತ ಹರಿಯೋದು ನಿಲ್ಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ತನ್ನ ಕರ್ಚಿಫನ್ನೇ ಬಳಸ್ತಾನೆ. Right? The king redressed the wound. ಮತ್ತೆ dress, redress. What is re here? Yes, yesterday I told you na prefix. Open, reopen. Dress, redress. Like this. The king redressed the wound. Dressing means, so if I have any wound, we go to the hospital for dressing, right? So this is also dressing. Combing, makeuping, this is also called dressing, right? Yes, this is also called dressing. And here dressing refers to the treating of a patient. The redressed the wound, until, look at here, conjunction used here, until. So I will give you an example, beautiful example for conjunction. I told somebody, you wait there, one sentence, right? I come. This is second sentence. Why the conjunction is used, my children? Yes, to join the sentences. What is conjunction? Conjunction is a word which joins at least two meaningful words or two meaningful sentences. Yes? ಎರಡು ವಾಕ್ಯ ಅಥವಾ ಎರಡು ಪದಗಳನ್ನು, ಅರ್ಥಪೂರ್ಣ ಪದಗಳು, ವಾಕ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಸೇರಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ. Now look at here. You wait there, I come. Right? Now I am going to join these two sentences by using conjunction until. You wait there until I come. ನಾನು ಬರುವವರೆಗೂ ನೀನು ಕಾಯುತ್ತಿರು. How is it? It became one sentence now. So conjunction joins sentences or two meaningful words. Right here, what he said, what did the king do? He redressed the wound until at last the bleeding stopped. ರಕ್ತ ನಿಲ್ಲುವವರೆಗೂ ಈ redress ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇದ್ದ. The man here refers to bearded man, closed his eyes and lay quiet. The king tired by his walk and the work he had done, lay down on the floor and slept through the night. When he woke up, it was several minutes before he could remember where he was or who the strange bearded man lying on the bed was. Look at here what happened. The man was slept, means he closed his eyes and lay quiet. As he was unconscious, maybe he slept quiet. The king tired by his walk. Okay, the king was also tired because, so when he was coming towards hermit house, came walking, right? Nadkond bandidda. And he had also helped the hermit, the work. What he has done? Digging, right? Walking, digging, the work, and he had done. Nadkond bandiddu matte kelsa madikottiddu. So that is why instead of these two things, by doing these two things, right? What? Walking and digging work. The king was also tired. Yes. ರಾಜನು ಕೂಡ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಅವನಿಗೂ ಆಯಾಸ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. He was also tired. He too, look at here, he too, he also lay down on the floor and slept through the night. ಅವನು ಕೂಡ ಇಡೀ ರಾತ್ರಿ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ. As he was tired. When he woke up, when the king woke up, it was several minutes before he could remember where he was or who the strange bearded man lying on the bed was. ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಲಗಿರುವ ಈ ಗಡ್ಡಧಾರಿ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಯಾರು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೆಲವು ನಿಮಿಷಗಳು ಬೇಕಾಯಿತು. ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ ಟುಕ್ several minutes to understand where he was and who is this person was. He was surprised when he woke up. Let's see the 7th one. So let's little bit make a fast. Forgive me, said the bearded man in a weak voice when he saw that the king was awake. Cut here. Forgive me. Somebody is what? Asking excuse. Somebody is asking sorry, right? Forgive me. Who said? The bearded man. The bearded man in a weak voice. How did he ask? In a weak voice. So sorry should be asked in a weak voice. Sorry, sir. Is it right? Sorry? To ask like this? No. Sorry should be right. Right. What kind of sentences they are? Imperative sentences. While asking sorry, excuse or requesting, we should be they should be in a low voice. Excuse me, will you please give me your pen? Hey, give me your pen. Shall I ask like this? No, it's not a request. Right? Forgive me, said the bearded man in a weak voice when he saw that the king was awake. When the king was awake, the bearded man is asking sorry with the king. We don't know why. But one thing, the bearded man is asking sorry when the king was awake. I do not know you. I don't know you and have nothing to forgive you for, said the king. Hello, man. When the bearded man is asking sorry, right? The king said, I don't know you. I am man. I don't know you and have nothing to forgive you for. ನೀನು ಯಾರು ಅಂತಾನೆ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನೀನು ಯಾಕೆ ಕ್ಷಮೆ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು? ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯು ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಗಿವ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್? ನಿಂಗೆ ಕ್ಷಮೆ ಕೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ವೈ ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಸಾರಿ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ? ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಸಾರಿ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಹೂ ಯು ಆರ್. ನೀನು ಯಾರಂತಾನೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನೀನು ಯಾಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಸಾರಿ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು? ಅದರ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರಿಪ್ಲೈ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕಿಂಗ್. ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಮೀ ಸರ್, ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಮೀ. ನಾನು ಯಾರು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಐ ನೋ ಯು. Look at here. Can you guess whose words these are? Yes, bearded man. You don't know me, but I know you. ನಿಮಗೆ ನಾನಾರೆಂಬುದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನನಗೆ ನೀವಾರೆಂಬುದು ಗೊತ್ತು. These are the words said by a bearded man. I hope, my dear children, you are enjoying. Yes. Okay. I am that enemy. Look at here. Enemy. Do you know the meaning in Kannada? Enemy? Yes. Shatru. Enemy. Foe, we may call. What is the opposite word? Yes. Friend. Friend. Foe. Friend. Enemy. Enemy of yours who swore. Swear present tense. Swore. Swore is the past form of swear. Past tense. Present tense. Past tense. Swear. Swore. I am that enemy of yours. Nanu nimma shatru. Who swore revenge on you. I have swore. I have decided. Here. Swore means pratigni. Right? ನಾನು ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ, ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶತ್ರು, ನಿಮಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ರಿವೆಂಜ್ ಆನ್ ಯು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಸೇಡು ತೀರಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವ ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನಲ್ಲ, ನಾನೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶತ್ರು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವೈ? He had enmity against the king. Now he is telling, because you put my brother to death. Right? ನೀನು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಹೋದರನ ಸಾವಿಗೆ ಕಾರಣನಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ. To death and seized my property. As a king he has done this thing. Right? As a king, while giving justice, maybe he has taken that decision. Right? When the king takes decision, it favors someone. Right? It gives trouble to someone. It's quite natural. Right? Because it's a seat of justice. So, because you put my brother to death, so according to the bearded man, the king was the man responsible for the death of his brother. Right? ಇವನ ಸಹೋದರನ ಸಾವಿಗೆ ರಾಜನ ಕಾರಣನಾಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ. So he wanted to take revenge, and another thing is also there. The king has seized his property also. ಅವನ ಸಹೋದರನ ಸಾವಿಗೆ ಕಾರಣ ಒಂದಾದರೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಇವನ ಆಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನ ಸೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ ರಾಜ. Seized his property. I had made up my mind to kill you. Look at here. The bearded man, what he was saying in front of the king. Raja, ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನನ್ನು ಕೊಲ್ಲಬೇಕೆಂದಿದ್ದೆ. I wanted to kill you. I have decided. I made up my mind. Made up my mind. Made up my mind here refers to, made up my mind here refers to the king has decided, the bearded man has decided himself to kill the king. Decided, simply say, to kill the king. I have made up my mind to kill you when? On your way home. What is the bearded man's plan, my children? When he was waiting for the return of the king. ರಾಜನ ಬರುವಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಹರ್ಮಿಟ್ನ ಭೇಟಿ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಹರ್ಮಿಟ್, when he returned home, why at that time the bearded man wanted to kill the king. This was his plan. So I had made up my mind to kill you on your way home. ನೀವು ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ, at that time I can kill you. This was my plan. But the day passed. ದಿನ ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಕಳೆದೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತು. But the day you didn't come. The day passed and you did not return. I am waiting for your returning, but you won't return. The day passed. So I left my hiding place. So hiding place, hide means bachitkodu, right? Why he was hiding? Right? Yes, he wanted to kill the king by any hiding in a, that means in a hidden place, right? Bachitkodu, not known to someone, yarigu gottagde iro hage, to kill the king. So when I came out from my hiding place, ಬಚ್ಚಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡ ಸ್ಥಳದಿಂದ ನಾನು ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ, when I came, I left my hiding place. When I left my hiding place and I came out from my hiding place, I came upon your bodyguard. Yes, your bodyguard seen me. ನಿನ್ನ ಅಂಗರಕ್ಷಕನನ್ನು ನೋಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟ. ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಔತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಂಥ ಸ್ಥಳದಿಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದಲ್ಲ, at that time your bodyguard has seen me, who recognized me. He not only seen, he recognized me. Yes, he was the person who wanted to kill my king. He recognized me and wounded me. He attacked me and wounded me. ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಗಾಯಗೊಳಿಸಿದ. So now we came to know that the bearded man has a wound on his stomach. That wound was made by whom? Yes, the bodyguard of the king. When that bearded man came out of his hiding place, he was recognized by the bodyguard of the king and he attacked on him, he wounded. Wounded man. I escaped from him but I should have died. I escaped from him. ಅವನಿಂದ escape ಆಗಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. But I should have died if you had not dressed my wounds. Look at here. But I should have died if you had not dressed my wounds. ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ನನಗೆ ಡ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡದೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ, if you had not dressed my wounds, I wish to dressed my wounds, I would have died. Look at here, if clause is used here. If clause, one question will be asked for your examination. I should have died if you had not dressed my wounds. Underline this sentence. Maybe asked in the examination. ನೀವು ನನ್ನ ಜೀವ ಉಳಿಸದೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಾನು ಸತ್ತೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಉಳಿಸಿದ್ದು ಅಂದರೆ the process of dressing his wound. Then that only the man was alive. I wish to kill you. Hello my dear king. I wish to kill you. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಕೊಲ್ಲ ಬಯಸಿದೆ, and you have saved my life. Look at here. I decided to kill you. I tried to kill you, but instead you saved me. ನೀವು ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಉಳಿಸಿದ್ರಿ. Now, Raja, now, if I live, ನಾನು ಬದುಕಿದರೆ, if I live, I will serve you as your most faithful servant. I will serve you as your most faithful servant. ನಾನು ಬದುಕಿದ್ದರೆ, right? If I live, I will serve you. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. I will serve you as ಏನಾಗಿ? As your most faithful servant. Faithful here refers to loyal and true. ನಂಬಿಕಸ್ಥ, ನಿಷ್ಠಾವಂತ ಸೇವಕನಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಸರ್ವೆಂಟ್ refers to ಸೇವಕನಾಗಿ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. This is the gratitude that the bearded man is showing towards the king for his help. What help? Saving his life. This is called gratitude, right? So I hope, my dear children, another 3 paragraphs are there still now to finish this lesson. So it's not impossible in this time, right? Okay, let us continue the same lesson and finish it tomorrow. Okay guys? So what we have to do is, you go through all the paragraphs once, twice, read those paragraphs well, try to get the answers for the questions given in your exercise. I hope you will do it. I promise you tomorrow I will finish it. Are you happy now? Okay, I hope you enjoyed the lesson and understood it very well. Take care, stay home, stay safe and keep learning. Thank you.